Stardew Valley was released in 2016 and to this day it stays in the top 15 most played games on Steam. And believe it or not, I never played this game before. I knew close to nothing. But as someone who was very invested whenever edits with Haley to Chapel Roan appeared on my TikTok For You page, I decided that I must know more about the game. And so I challenged myself. How far in game can I progress in 24 in-game hours of gameplay as a beginner without using Wiki? Fun little challenge it seems, and nothing can go wrong. Am I right? Right? Wrong. It went terribly wrong for me. But let's start from the beginning and see how it all went down. It was definitely not without hilarious fails. And also definitely not without a lot of mispronunciation of words. Clit got a task for me. Seriously, how could I say this and not notice? Forgive my non-native English speaking brain. $100 for anyone who can find all the mispronunciations. I started my introduction to the game by spending an unforgivable amount of time in character creation, trying to make my farmer look similar to me. This adorable little puppy was a pet of my choice. I couldn't resist, as I have two adorable kids of my own. Naming my farm Escape Matrix proved to be a perfect choice, as that's basically what the story of the game is. You escape your 9 to 5 in a big corporation after being completely burned out. Damn, it's a little close to home. Same with Grandpa, whose farm my character inherited. Both of my grandpas are also dead, so it's nice to be immersed in the story from the start. I arrived to my new city and Robin and Lewis showed me a way to my new workplace and home all at once. I might say I was already in love with the art style of the game, the colors are so warm and welcoming, and I was really excited for the adventure. Until villagers started to insult my new house? Huh? Like, I know it's not a penthouse, but it's still a cozy little place, where I would literally live myself in real life. What's wrong with you people? I went to bed after an exhausting bus trip, and that was it for the introductory day. I wake up at 6 AM the next day. God damn, can this game stop being so relatable? And was surprised with the present waiting for me all cutesy. So, someone broke into my house? Not creepy at all. The present was actually very useful for a beginner farmer. 15 parsnip seeds. Now comes the part where I actually need to figure out all the farming thing. I finally had it outside and the real gameplay was about to begin. I was pressing all the buttons and going through each menu to get myself familiar with the controls, which I found a little odd, not gonna lie. I played on PlayStation and square button being action is something that I needed to get used to. And what's a better way to get used to something if not practice? So I started to apply my newly found knowledge to clear out mess and plant my first seeds. As you can see from my perfectly layouted farm, it was not an easy task. I kept missing cells I wanted to plow, and you will definitely see more of that. I'm sorry to all the OCD people watching this video. I watered seeds and got familiar with my favorite mechanic in the whole game, energy. My character was almost out of energy by 3 PM. Can this game stop being so relatable? I didn't want to daily around all day, so the decision to make a massive nap till the next day was made. I started my new day by watering all the crops and making my way through my overgrown farmland, in hopes of finding the city center and meeting new villagers. Yep, I definitely found the hardest way to do so, by the way. But regardless, I managed to break free and starting introducing myself to NPCs I met to complete the quest, not realizing that I kinda broke into their houses trying to find them and meet. Yeah, I'm friendly like that, I guess. Continuing exploring, I stumbled upon a museum and library. Without any object to display, I will need to help Gunther myself to restore museum's past greatness. Museum was a successful discovery though, as I introduced myself to 3 more villagers. I was on my way to the beach because someone named Willie invited me with a letter saying that he got something for me. Definitely not how all the true crime stories start. But Willie turned out to be a nice guy who gifted me a fishing rod and taught me how to use it. Tell me, why fishing in Stardew Valley is the hardest thing to ever exist? I was really bad and surprised that I actually caught something. At this point I started to struggle with the inventory space. And and decided that it would be a great idea to discard coal, to have a free space for my proud fishing achievement instead. But really quickly I ran back to Willy to sell this achievement right away and progressed to an actual beach, where I discovered a broken bridge that I needed to fix for 300 wood. I am a responsible citizen of the city, so I'll be back for you. I came home from an exhausting day of socializing, might be even worse than physical work. The morning pleasantly surprised me with the rainy weather, and that's the best thing that can happen in the farming games. Not only because it's so relaxing and cozy, but also because you don't have to water anything on your farm this day. I'm free from this burden! So I continued my quest of breaking into villagers' houses to finally meet 28 of them and complete this damn quest. I visited house of Major Lewis, met Pam, Alex, George, Evelyn, Harvey in the clinic, Sebastian on the street, Gus in his saloon, and Morris in the supermarket. Other people there were not interested in talking as they were busy working, and this discovery was last for this day. We already know that I start my days with watering plants, so I will avoid mentioning it in the future. This day I honestly did all the same stuff as in previous days, exploring the map and meeting villagers, as I still had more than a halfway to go to complete the quest. I visited Pierre's shop, bought some tulips and potato seeds to grow. I'm not sure why, honestly. Weird combination. At Pierre's, I finally found a way to upgrade my inventory space, but I needed a lot more gold to buy this new backpack. So I retreated for now and met Clint in his blacksmith shop. Oh, he can upgrade my tools. Nice. I'm very confused about how I didn't see his shop earlier when I found the museum for the first time. They're literally neighboring buildings. I'm just overwhelmed with all the new stuff, okay? I planted and watered my freshly bought seeds. At this point, I was really concerned about my inventory space, or better to say, lack of it. I headed to the carpenter in hopes of solving this, and when I saw the big chest recipe, I thought, that's it. That's my solution. I just need 5k gold to unlock it. Before the end of the day, I managed to meet 2 more villagers and progressed quest even further. Early in the morning, I had my first harvest, and I also collected quest reward for it. Very proud moment. Guys, at this point I was determined to find Haley. She's the reason I got interested in Stardew Valley, and she's literally nowhere to be found. This moment right here is the exact moment when my frustration with the game started, and it's going to snowball from here on. I explored every house and felt really stupid. I couldn't find the last 2 villagers. Like, I explored the whole city and still didn't see them? Why? To ease the frustration, I completed Jody's request and delivered cabbage. Easy 350 gold acquired. But frustration for this day didn't end here. I decided to visit mines for the first time. My inventory had not enough space as it was, and on top of that, 5 out of 12 available slots were taken with tools that were useless in the mines. But I couldn't put them anywhere, because I didn't have a big chest recipe yet. And also, very awesome thing about mines is that I needed to bring a lot of food to restore energy. Without food, time I could spend in mines was significantly shorter, meaning I brought less resources home as well. But it didn't really matter, because my inventory was still so full that I kinda couldn't collect new resources. But I decided to come back to frustration of mines on day 6 as well, because I needed to kill 8 slimes for quest reward. Next day I was woken up by a creepy sound, and it disturbed me again during trees chopping. Like it wanted to let me know that I was a fucking dumbass. Finally, realization hit me. All of you experienced Stardew players were probably cringing so hard at this, but at the end I noticed that there is crafting tab in menu and I can actually craft a default chest there. along with other useful stuff for my progress. Never mind, all the beef I had with the game at that time disappeared in seconds. My bad. I used this newly found discovery to craft and place scarecrow, just in case. I didn't want my crops to be chomped on. Yep, my farm looks like perfectionist's nightmare. I'm so sorry. Finally, enough wood was collected and I placed my first chest. 7 in-game days in, I had a new plan. 1. Craft more chests. 2. Don't worry about meeting all the villagers' quest. 3. Upgrade my inventory space. And 4. Upgrade my tools. Let's see how it all works out. For the next day and a half, I focused on clearing out trees on my farm's territory to get more wood to create even more chests. Second chest acquired. I won't, hopefully, suffer any longer from my own stupidity. I also decided to make this chest to be green for some reason. Maybe green was for the stuff I was planning to sell because, you know, green equals money. While wandering through the city, a cutscene started and news introduced me to some abandoned building, which used to be a fun community center. Major asked me to get rid of rats here, which is rude. I don't know what those creatures are yet, but on the first look they are just little guys. I didn't know what to do here so far as well, so I wandered to a blacksmith to try to break geode I acquired from my earlier adventures in mines. I got slate. Happy with my slate, I was running around the village and met Sam. I swear, I wanted to talk to him to exhaust his dialect option for today, and I didn't even realize that I actually pressed on him while holding a slate, meaning my character decided to give this mineral as a gift. I didn't even realize until I watched footage back. It's a skill issue at this point. Anyways, I decided to visit museum and drop an amethyst I found earlier to be displayed there, as it was really not that important for me at the time, as I had just 1 unit of it. It was not wise use of space in my chest, I thought. Day 10 started really great, with cuteness overload, I might say. Puppy! Marnie offered me to adopt this wandering puppy, and of course I said yes. I just can't resist dogs. I named her Sammy and made sure she had enough water right away. My weird harvest was ready that day as well, so I made sure to collect it and never to touch those tulips again. What was the reason to plant them in the first place? Who knows? I checked out my mail to see offers to build a bunch of stuff for me. Not for free, of course. I decided to check out what else Robin can offer me and found this curious chicken coop. Prices didn't seem that bad. 5k gold, 100 stone, 300 wood. Yeah, that coop will be my next priority. Jumping to day 12 right away, because the next 1.5 days I spent grinding for those 300 trees. And it was not that bad considering I had a lot of trees on my farm anyways. Robin let me know that she lost her beloved axe, but I ignored it for now and proceeded to craft smelting furnace. I also finally said enough is enough and paid 2k gold to upgrade my inventory. It's now 2 times bigger. Nice. Also, some book guy was in the town, but I didn't have enough for anything after getting that backpack upgrade. Wizard Tower was my next target. I was very curious what that was, and I spent the entire afternoon trying to cut through trees to find it, only for it to be inaccessible for me yet. Okay, on my way there, I met a wandering trader and made a mental note of it. While I was on this side of the map, I tried to find Robin's lost axe, but to no avail. They finished with me coming home to a sleepy little guy. How cute is that? On day 13, Egg Festival was in the town. Again, I was really not sure what it meant, so before the festival started, I decided to try again to find Robin's axe, and actually did it this time, but I won't be able to return the eggs till tomorrow though. Egg Festival shop stand looked juicy, but not my wallet, so I was not able to buy anything. And finally, after 13 in-game days, I completed the quest on meeting all the villagers. You can no longer hide from me, Haley. It was time to participate in the egg hunt, and safe to say, I failed miserably. Congrats, Abigail. Next rainy day started with me being a good Samaritan. I returned Robin's eggs and accepted a leak fetch quest from Shane. On my way to find a leak, kids asked me to look in the sewers like I'm the brave one. I was also kinda tired of being poor, and I made an effort to expand farm and plant more parsnip in hopes of bigger profit. Sammy waited for me in the front of a door today. That's so adorable. Basically, all day of the next day I spent in the mines, fighting things, and you won't believe it, but mining things. I also understood that it's pretty easy to fight slimes if you just trap them in the corner, but I still kinda freaked out and nope out of the mines right away when I came across the infested level. On my way home I witnessed a wholesome moment of Gus offering food to Linus so he doesn't stay hungry. Pause. If you're in the middle of watching this video, it means that I caught your attention, so please consider subscribing. I have more videos like this coming to my channel. And if you want to support me even more, I would appreciate it if you consider checking out my Ko-fi page. Thank you, and let's dive back. On a nice and sunny day 16, I put all my findings from mines in a chest and receive a challenge from a leader of an adventurers guild to beat 10 slimes, which seemed easy enough. It's definitely easier than impressing a woman in this game, but I thought I would definitely impress Hailey by fishing something out for her, because she mentioned before that she loved the beach and sea. Attention to details, guys. But it was definitely not worth it. I suck at fishing even with a training rod, and I spent basically the rest of the day for nothing. My precise fishing plan might not have worked, but some random thing I did worked apparently, because on the next day I came up to Hailey to get daily conversation and decided fuck it, I'll just give her this random flower I found in the town, and she actually enjoyed it. Trial and error works, guys. There it is. Start of our sweet relationship. At the end of day 17, I suddenly got scared that crows will attempt to chomp on my freshly expanded farm and tried to figure out the right positioning of scarecrows in the dark. Not my brightest idea. Ha, get it? Not my brightest because it's dark. On day 18, I wanted to sell all my parsnip harvest and reinvest that money back into seeds, but this nice gentleman appeared in Pierre's shop waving a 50% discount coupons for his shopping mall. First, how 50% discounts are even profitable for your business? Second, Pierre, can you fight maybe? Both of our businesses are gonna suffer. New seeds were planted and watered. Don't even ask what's going on with the layout here. I have absolutely no idea why I decided to make it like that. I guess in 18 in-game days I didn't get used to controls yet. Send help. Guys, at this point I had literally no idea what to do. By 9 AM I was already out of energy, Hailey was literally ignoring me, and exploring an abandoned community center led to more confusion. I was honestly starting to get more and more overwhelmed as the game progressed. As a beginner, I had so much information to keep in mind, like Jesus. Don't forget to do farming not to stay poor, interact with villagers, save money for events, buy upgrades for everything, explore mines, and all while remembering about energy levels and that I need to be home by 2 AM so I don't pass out and get robbed out of my money. Oxygen. It started to feel too real for me. I realized. Anyways, day 20 was much more fun, because the wizard finally decided to introduce himself and invited me to his tower for a talk and get me drunk on some forest essence. Maybe get me high would be more appropriate choice of words here, I'm not gonna lie, but as a farmer I must grind, and even trips like this won't stop me from it. So I grabbed my 300 wood that I finally had from all the chopping and repaired the beach bridge. To be a little disappointed, not gonna lie, I expected this area to be more exciting, but I still collected all the resources I could in hopes of selling everything for a good profit. I will see about it later though, because all the shops were already closed now. And at the end of the day, I decided to make my farm less scary by crafting and placing torches around. Looks much better. On day 21, I headed straight to the community center. Apparently, after a suspicious stew the wizard gave me, I was able to read and understand the requirements. And what I understood after checking is that there's multiple bundles that I needed to complete. By basically sacrificing resources. I will come back to it, as it seems a bit overwhelming still. Before gifting another flower to Haley, she let me know that her sister Emily loves topaz. But gladly, I'm too broke to be worried about improving my relationship with someone else besides Haley. What I did improve was my financial situation, as I sold all the sea stuff I collected on a shore the other day. Not too bad. I became even more rich the next day after I received a very sweet letter from my dad with 500 gold in it. Thanks Dad, my wallet became even more heavy, as it was again time to sell all the harvest I had. And after that I did something incredibly stupid. I wanted to utilize rainy weather and buy even more parsnip from Pierre for better profits, because frankly I was really done with watering my farm every day and it became kinda annoying. But instead of buying seeds, I bought like fully grown parsnip itself. Attention to details, guys. Clearly someone did not pay attention. I was zoning out at this point, but damn was I confused when I arrived at my farm and had no new seeds to plant. I literally spent the rest of the day running around confused as hell and just went to bed early to sleep my stupidity off. I was greeted with the great news on day 23. The flower ball will be in the city tomorrow. I was so excited for this event, and because of that, all I did this day was gifting Haley a flower as the last chance to improve our relationship before the ball. I thought I got it, because I gifted so many flowers already. Flower ball day finally! Took me some time to find where the venue was, but we're finally here. Another shop with cool and rare stuff that I can get only during this event. Thank God I saved some money to spend on event, am I right? What are you doing? Oh, okay, you're not gonna buy anything. Right. Guys, I truly didn't see that there was something important I needed to spend my money on. I was not interested in decor yet, it was easy to find flowers by myself, and I already had a scarecrow. I was honestly just focusing on obtaining chicken coop, so I needed those 4k gold myself. My future wife was waiting for me deeper in the venue, rehearsing dance so it would be perfect. Aww, how cute, she wants our dance to be perfect. With the full heart, I asked, may I have this dance? And... oh, is this because of my shoes, Haley? Damn it! I stayed on the side, watching her and others dance. Reminds me of my high school days. To forget this embarrassment, I shifted my focus to work again. Maybe if I have a cool chicken coop, it would melt Haley's heart. And the chicken coop was ordered. Robin will build it in 3 days from now. I needed to make those days pass fast. And where times come by fast? In the mines. Besides, I still have a quest from the leader of Adventurers Guild to kill 10 slimes, so I can prove my worth and join their club. I don't know what else I was after at this point. I guess trying to progress on lower levels of the mines? But yeah. Time in mines went by fast, as I expected, and after going to bed, some curious fairy appeared. She also applied some magic to my parsnip. I was really excited about it, but I didn't know what she actually did. Maybe she cursed me for all I knew. I only found out during script writing for this video that it was actually a crop fairy and that her magic makes crops grow instantly. Good stuff, but let's watch the footage back. My parsnip was already fully grown, so this magic basically did nothing. Ah! Next day was spent in the mines all day yet again, baby. I will never reach level 10, I swear. Why does it take me so long? On day 27, Clit got a task for me. To get him a little bit of coal in exchange for gold. Great! I didn't have too much coal, but after spending time in mines, I definitely had 5 he needed. So I visited blacksmith and what just happened? Oh right, I gave him coal as a gift, because it makes total sense. I got so confused. There was no option for me to give him this coal, and for some reason the 5 coal I had was not counting for the quest progression? Does it mean that I had to find 5 more coal after accepting this quest? Okay, this is just stupid. Did I miss something? After this confusion I headed to mines right away in hope of finding all the coal he needed. But instead of that, I forgot about coal and managed to finally reach level 10 of mines. A treasure chest was there to give me an amazing reward for such effort. That's kinda lame. At least I can join Adventurers Guild now. So you guys are adventurers? They look like kinda guys who will make you do all the work and take credit for it after. Bro is selling wooden sword, and it's somehow better than a rusty sword? How exactly does it work? I don't know, but I will take any improvement at this point. On day 28, Robin was finally done with my chicken coop. I visited Marnie's ranch to get my first chicken. I got it, I named it, and then... it started to feel too real for me. I realized that this game is not for me. Let's talk really seriously for a moment, guys. I was looking for a cozy and relaxing game for my Switch since I finished playing Dave the Diver. It was in August, by the way. No other game has given me that nice age sense. But when my partner was playing Stardew on their Switch next to me during winter holidays, I thought, that's it. That is the next game I want to immerse myself in. It looked very relaxing. The colors were so crispy that I wanted to chew on that Switch, and also the music, but turns out it was really not it for me. Many people play games to escape real life, but playing Stardew was not an escape. It was little too real, you know? In game, my character was escaping corporate 9 to 5 and the burnout it caused. I'm literally doing the same, but with this game. Playing Stardew Valley made me feel emotions I'm trying to escape. I'm constantly overwhelmed in real life, but now I'm also overwhelmed while playing. Can I have a break, please? I think a lot of negative feelings for this game came from two things. First one will be lack of tutorial. Let's take Subnautica as an example. It doesn't have a tutorial that holds your hand and points a finger on what exactly you need to do. But what this game does have is a blueprint menu. You can easily find out exact resources you need to craft needed tools, and you build a path in your head of what you need to do. You want to craft ultra high capacity O2 tank. Aha! You know that you need high capacity tank first. You look even further and understand. To craft high capacity tank, you have to have standard capacity tank first. And how do you craft standard tank? Free titanium. You, as a player, unconsciously develop a plan in your head of how you will operate to progress and receive this ultra high capacity tank in result. In Stardew, this lack of information causes an overwhelming feeling, because you don't know what to focus on. Farming, fishing, mining, which one of those will earn the most amount of money? As a beginner, you have no idea what's better, and you try to do everything at once. Returning to Subnautica, you always know exactly what to do there, because game will make you go deeper and deeper into the ocean, and as you collect resources, you might feel that there is not enough oxygen anymore. So you redirect your attention to Blueprints menu and trying to see what you can do to stay underwater longer, and you usually find tools that will help you solve this issue. Subnautica's situation just proves that there is no need for a really detailed tutorial for everything. Stardew Valley situation kinda reminds me of Minecraft. A lot of players have been playing block game for years now, but think about it. Would Minecraft be an easy game to understand if you didn't have prior knowledge and if you didn't play it for years, while all the updates were slowly released? I don't think so. Minecraft is a huge game now, with a lot of new mechanics and definitely not so beginner friendly. Stardew Valley will be 10 years old next year, and when it's initially released, it was completely different game, much smaller, with the slower pace, and yeah, back then maybe it didn't even need a tutorial. But the game grew a lot, and lack of tutorial stayed, making it not beginner friendly, same as Minecraft. Lack of tutorial wouldn't be a deal breaker for me if it didn't go together with one more thing that made me feel negative emotions: game not feeling rewarding. Perfect example for it would be Soulsborne games. They don't teach and explain anything, just basic controls on how to fight, and it can be hard to understand the story too. That's why lore videos are so popular for these games. But the level design in these games is made, so you unavoidably arrive at a boss area, and to progress you need to beat them. It's not an easy task, it can take hours or even days, but when you finally beat this obstacle, I always get sudden burst of happiness, because I did it. All this suffering was not for nothing. Plus, you get ton of souls to level up your character too, even better. In Stardew I didn't feel anything like this. You know why? Because seasons are changing. I just started to understand how to min-max my daily routine for better profits in spring. For me to get hit with, oh, by the way, all the crops you have will die in the summer. Not like I had amazing profits during spring, but I was on my way, improving with each day, but my progress got cut off just for me to start in the ditch again. Come on, I didn't appreciate my progress being reset. Game should be enjoyable to play without surprises like that, because what's the point of playing game, getting more and more frustrated with each minute and then giving up just to look up all the information in Wiki to be now overwhelmed because of how much information you have to keep in mind, you know? And teeny tiny frustrations piling up didn't help the situation. Why can't there be separate button to access map? Why put such strict energy and time restriction and punish players for not following them? Why there's so much walking? Also, why is it so slow? Same with watering. Seriously, I was happy when it was a rainy day and I didn't need to do this stupid task. And yeah, I know about sprinklers, but it's expensive to craft them, and as you remember, I am poor. Don't get me wrong, game is not bad. Stardew Valley is almost 10 years old, and it's still in top 20 of most played games on Steam. And what is it if not proof that it's a very good product? Along with 98% of positive reviews. Game capture hard for different reasons. My partner absolutely loves it, and they told me a reason for their enjoyment is mostly because of the characters. Seeing each character's cutscenes and how their dialogue changes over the course of your friendship with them is just addicting, especially the characters with darker stories like Shane, or the characters that become nicer in general. It gives the game a warm, comforting feeling, like you're actually building real relationship with these characters. That's what my partner said, and I wish I explored this part of the game as well, but I was too busy fighting for my life, trying to understand the basics, which led to such a negative experience for me. But isn't it great that one game can cause so many different emotions, opinions and interpretations? That's why I'm willing to try it out again and would appreciate any advice from veterans of Stardew Valley on how to make the most of it. Here's what happened over the 3 weeks of me editing this video. My point still stands. It's not enjoyable to play without Wiki. And even with Wiki, it's overwhelming as fuck. But I learned to like this feeling.